Yep, all right. Thanks you guys for being here. Thanks for switching over to Maction Fridays with us. And we will let Coach Hammock get us started. A little, no, Eastern Michigan seems like a long time ago now, so probably mostly about Central.
Yeah.
But if there's anything you'd like to point out.
Yep. Yeah, no, it seemed like Eastern Michigan was a month ago, but certainly enjoyed the breakup of the schedule with Maction. What a great opportunity for our players. But Eastern, tremendous game on both sides of the ball, gritty performance. Was especially pleased with our special teams. We challenged them all week. I think Coach Bresky does a great job with our special teams unit. He had those guys ready to play. And we wanted to leave that game with a neutral position on special teams, and we certainly did that. Tom Foley was MAC Special Teams Player of the Week, and those guys, Gabe, Trey Porter, Joey Routine, all making tremendous plays on special teams. So that gave us an excellent chance. And then offense and defense, I thought defensively our guys are playing at a high level, and they continue to do so 1 week at a time. And love to – guys are making plays when it matters in the fourth quarter, and that's what I took from that game. We did what we needed to do in the fourth quarter. Offense went on a 15-play drive for 80 yards and a touchdown, and then obviously defense created 2 turnovers in the fourth quarter, which gave us a chance to win. So, every MAC West game is tough. We understand that going into it is a game of interest. We're trying to find ways to score one more point than the opponent. In Central Michigan, it won't be any different. There's going to be a tremendous challenge for us on the road versus a team that plays better at home than they played on the road. So we understand what that looks like, but I like going on the road. I like getting our team together, going on the bus, staying at the hotel, keeping them in a routine. Sometimes you play a home game, we don't keep them at a hotel the night before a game. So you don't know what time they're going to bed. You don't know what time they're waking up. You don't know any of those type of things. But on the road, we have a lot more that we can do to check them in and all those different things. So Central Michigan, tremendous team, a well-coached football team. Again, another team that's really good on special teams. They got a kicker that, can kick a 60-yard field goal. So once you cross the 50-yard line, they in scoring range. They got a punter. It was one of the top punters in the MAC. Great net punting average. Offensively, it runs through the quarterback position. We got to have a tremendous plan for the quarterback run game. They do a nice job, especially with some extra time off. I would imagine they have some new wrinkles in the quarterback run game. But number 8 is a tremendous player. We played against them last year in situations. They got 2 running backs. Number 9 is more their speed guy, outside zone guy they want to throw the ball to, get the ball in space. And then number 26, downhill one-cut runner, very physical. The thing about this team is, you have to be able to contain the quarterback run game, his ability to scramble, and then they're going to throw the ball to the running backs. And I think that's a tremendous weapon for them. So we got to make sure we have all hands on deck with those 2 guys out the backfield. Up front, their offensive line is an experienced group, work well together. They got a pretty, good group of wide receivers that they get the ball to, but they really become dangerous when the quarterback scrambles. And when he gets outside the pocket, those guys come alive. So we got to make sure we do a great job plastering on the back end of our defense. And then obviously defensively, it starts up front. Their front 4 is really, really good. They do a nice job. Number 10, number 0 of being physical, changing the line of scrimmage. It looks like on tape, 22 may have hurt his ankle last week, the linebacker. He's a good player, has a lot of tackles. And then on the back end, they do a good job rallying down to the ball and in coverage. So we know what a MAC West game looks like. We play these teams every year. It's going to be tough. It's going to be physical. It's going to be cold. It's going to be Maction-type weather. And we are certainly excited about the opportunity to go compete this week.
Coach, you mentioned Central Michigan being a great team at home. They're undefeated there, 3-0. What do you think is going to be the biggest key into taking them down
Well, we have to match their level of physicality. This has always been a physical group, and so we have to match their level of physicality. Coach McElwain does a great job instilling, what his team needs to look like and how they play, and that's obvious on tape. So, we got a great challenge. I think our kids are in a good spot. We had a nice mini bye week schedule to get them back mentally, physically, emotionally, everything that's involved from that standpoint. We had an excellent day of practice on Wednesday and looking forward to a great day tonight.
What have you seen clicking with this defense, especially in the fourth quarter? I think like 5 interceptions in the fourth quarter in the last 2 games. Just what have you seen working?
Well, I think if we can get the lead, obviously a defense becomes a lot more aggressive. So, we've talked offensively about, finding a way to get the lead and allowing our defense to get the opponent in predictable situations. Obviously, if they are not predictable, they have the run-pass option, it becomes a lot more challenge to defend. But like the way our kids are and coaches are staying in the moment defensively. I think they do a nice job of making adjustments. The kids taking the adjustments on the sideline and then go out and executing. And that's given us a chance to be successful on defense.
Coach, you talked a little bit about the execution in the fourth quarter last week. For the first time this season, we saw one of your trademark drives take the clock with you and then finish the game. What's it like to be able to find that? I know it's a little bit later in the season than you'd like, but now you have it. Under your belt for the last 4 games.
Yeah, no, that was a tremendous drive. I mean, that's what you dream of. Before we got the ball, I explained to the coaches, hey, this is a 4-minute offense right here with 9 minutes left on the clock. So we were going to do everything possible to end the game with the ball. We had a 4th and 1 that we decided to go for and made it. And then obviously at the end of the game, the situational football, how that played out, I thought that was phenomenal. I didn't think they would let us score on 3rd down, but if a team's going to let you score with no timeouts left, I think you take the 7 and then play the game the rest of the way.
Coach, you mentioned like that mini bye week you guys kind of have here. How are you guys going to be able to, I guess, keep that win streak going even with, I believe, 10 days that you guys have had off in between?
Yeah, no, I think our kids are excited about the opportunity. What I saw on Wednesday was a refreshed group, a refocused group, a group with a tremendous amount of energy and confidence. And so I think those things travel well. If you have a defense that can play and you have the ability to run the ball, then that gives you a chance late in the season to have some success. So we need those 2 units to step up. We got a veteran quarterback who's playing at a high level right now. And then obviously on special teams, we just got to make it a neutral game from a special team standpoint. And then you give yourself a chance to at least get it to the 4th quarter where you have a chance to make a play to go win the game.
How would you say Gums has been playing lately, the transition into the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, he's starting. He's a starter, so I would think that means he's playing pretty well. I think he's taken to the position. He made the switch. I think Coach Moore has done a phenomenal job with the defensive end position. You look at Ray Thomas is leading our team in tackles. George Gums, Roy Williams, Nave Sanders is a young guy that's making plays for us. So I think our defensive end position has really stepped up and helped us be the type of defense that we're becoming. And I think most people think it's a speed rush mentality. It's not. In the NFL, in college football, it's normally speed to power is how people create sacks because now offenses are getting the ball out so quick that you don't even have an opportunity to run by a guy. So, what is the counter move to create pressure, to make the quarterback feel uncomfortable? And our defensive ends has done that all year. Nave Sanders had a sack, fumble on the last drive of the game, and then help create the interception. So our defensive ends are making a tremendous impact in the game, and that's a credit to Coach Moore and the job that he spends going over the details of how to be great at your position.
Coach, you mentioned
Yeah, no, I thought maybe a month ago he fully engaged himself from the standpoint of from practice to standards to expectations, not only of himself, but the rest of his unit. And that's carrying over into his play. I thought early in the season, he wasn't as sharp in practice. Football is a game of muscle memory and repetition. And if you don't, normally you play the way you practice. And I think sometimes that's hard for people to understand, but it's true. The better you practice, the better chance you give yourself to play well. And I think Rocky, over the last month of the season, has really done that. And to be honest with you, you go back to Eastern Michigan, there's really two plays. If he connects on two plays, he throws for almost 300 yards of offense. So, and that's what we have to make sure we take a shot down the field, we got to connect. We get one-on-one coverage, we got to connect. And I think that has kept him engaged to the point that, he wants to make sure he continues to get better each and every single week.
Coach, you now sit at 4-8 games through the season, and this conversation a month ago would have been a lot different. But what do you think that speaks to the adversity of this year's team and how they've been able to fight through everything to get back to the point where everything's still on the table for them?
Yeah, I think it speaks to the young men in our program. I think it speaks to the coaches. It's easy to steer a ship in calm waters. It becomes a lot more difficult when the waters are not so calm and it becomes choppy. And for us to be able to navigate a month of the season where we didn't play as well as we needed to play as a complete team and then kind of steer it in the right direction speaks to the character of the men in our program. And I think that's the way we recruit. We want guys that are tough-minded, that has the right focus, that has the right determination, that, when it's not going great, how are you going to perform? And all these guys have done was come into work and try to get better each and every single week. And that's a testament to the players in our program. That's a testament to the coaches. And I'm proud of the group. Now we got ourselves back to even. Now we just got to figure out a way to be 1-0 this week.
And then I know we said at the beginning Eastern Michigan was a little while ago, but from your perspective, you've had time to evaluate. Were there some things that you saw that you wanted to get cleaned up?
Yeah, I think we got to continue to get better at our run game. People tend to play us a little bit differently than what they've shown all season from the standpoint of you get different looks, you get different boxes. I think it's critical that we find a run game, and it's not just a numbers game because every game we play, they're going to outnumber us in the box. So, if you take that approach, that means you're throwing the ball every snap. So we got to find creative ways in the run game to try to be more consistent in the run game. Find some ways to lighten the box where we can have a chance. But, to lighten the box in the run game means you got to hit down the field shots in the passing game. And so to me, that's the next step of our progression to hit on some of the play action passes down the field where now guys have a really tough decision to make. Do you load up the box or do you play normal to defend the pass as well?
And then in terms of the run game, Antonio left, I think, in the second half of the Eastern Michigan game. Is he going to be ready for the Central Michigan game?
Yeah, he's 100%. He practiced the other day, so he looked really, really good the other day practicing. Probably the best he's looked. He's been dealing with some injuries the last few weeks, but he looked the best he's looked. So that time off really allowed us to get healthy at the right time. Appreciate it. Go Huskies.
start the players portion. Today's press conference, we have Gavin Williams, running back, Devin Lafayette, linebacker, George Gumbs, defensive end. Questions for the Huskies?
I'll start with Devin. So Devin, you've grown with this defense over the last few years to now you guys are a top 25 unit in the nation. What's it been like week in and week out to see you guys grow to this point?
It's been fun and exciting, you know, being out there with a group of men that all kind of want the same objective and understanding of the defense is just every game I'm excited to go out there because I know we're going to put our all on the field.
And then for you too, also you used to play a little bit more defensive back. I see you've put on a little bit more mash. You're playing down in the box. What has that been like for you? That transition from playing, more in the secondary to now you're playing more, second level of defense.
I kind of feel like, being since a freshman, even though I played safety, I kind of was always more down inside the box. So you feel me? I feel like it's kind of just, it ain't really been nothing new to me. Like everything I kind of already been doing is the same thing I'm doing now. So.
For both George and Devin, you guys have had 5 takeaways in the fourth quarter over the last 2 games. What is it about this defense that makes you guys able to make big plays at the biggest moments in the game?
George?
I'll just say everybody doing their job and make sure you're in the right spot and just playing fast, and the plays will just come to you. That philosophy, just know what you're doing, and it'll just happen.
It's just a bunch of guys doing their 111. Whether it be zone or man, it's just guys doing their job and just making a play on the ball whenever they come their way.
Gavin, when a team gets on a streak like this, people like to throw out the term complementary football. When you see what the defense is doing, whether it's taking the ball away, getting the stops they needed, what does that do for you guys on the other side of the ball, knowing that when you get the ball back, you're going to have a chance to win the game?
Yeah, it's a huge part of the game, and the more opportunities we can get where we have the ball in our hands, it puts the opportunity to succeed in our hands. And the defense, they've done a great job the whole season of giving us the opportunity to go back out there and put points on the board. And I feel like, especially in the last couple of games, those turnovers that have come late have kind of helped us kind of finish the game on our terms and the way we want to finish. So appreciate you boys and the rest of the defense.
Gavin, for you, your first season here as a Husky, you've been able to make a great impact so far on the offense. What can you attribute that success so far at this point in the season?
Coach Ham harps on us a lot about the process week to week and how we individually get ourselves ready for the game, along with how the team is going to get ready. So I feel like, having my process that I've had that's kind of worked for me since I've been at Iowa and kind of bringing that along here, it's kind of helped me succeed and be prepared when I go out there so I can play fast and I can play confident.
And then George, also for you, you played tight end last year, now you moved over to the defensive side of the ball, and Coach Hammock was just speaking highly of you as well, but you've also been able to make a great impact. How would you able to say that you've been able to switch sides of the ball and play at such a high level?
First, I just have to thank my coach. It's like he did an amazing job of making sure I understand the defense and also helping me with like my pass rush techniques. And then the other half, it's really pretty much for me. It's just a 1-2. Like I always just want to play football. Like it don't really matter like what do I play. Like okay, I initially came in as a wide receiver and I got switched to tight end, and I just embrace what I do.
Did they approach you about moving to a?
Yes, they approached me after the spring ball. Yeah.
What was your reaction initially?
I was iffy about it. Then I was like, let me give it a try before I say no.
It's a fun position for sure.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Have you ever played it before?
No, in high school I mostly played like more skill positions before the line.
Then, what made you eventually come around to it?
Like it's just them moving me. It's just told you like I embrace what I do. So it's just how long I'm playing football and play it good. I'm happy.
This one's for all three of you. I know it's Gavin's first Maction, but what's your favorite portion or part about the Maction portion of the schedule?
Devin?
My favorite part is honestly just every game, to be honest, is going out there and knowing that you're embracing tough weathers with your teammates, going out there just still playing football, enjoying it, having energy. That's about it.
I'd say it's just it usually be cold a lot, so I use that as my advantage because I'm from Chicago and it get pretty cold out there as well. So like some teams are really not used to that, and you go out there with the type of physicality, and they'll just eventually fold. And just
Gavin, what are you looking forward to about Maction?
Yeah, I'm just excited to, see what this journey is like. It's a little different for me, but so far it's been pretty good. I like the little new schedule so I can get all my schoolwork done during the week. So that's pretty nice. And, I'm excited to go out there on Tuesday and let it loose.
And then with this little mini bye week that you guys have here, how can you keep this win streak going into the Central Michigan game?
George?
Well, I'd say just getting our bodies back. First off, it's a long season. It's important to get your mind and body back, and just stay focused on what we have ahead. Just don't let the goal seep out because we're off for a little while.
Yeah, like George said, we still have a goal at the end of the day, so it's still like, okay, we got a bye week, but we're still here working. So, bye week just means an extra day of practice.
Yeah. With the bye week, it's always great to, come off of a physical game and you got a couple of days to kind of get your body right, get back to your baseline and, kind of take a step forward towards the next week. And I feel like we've done a really good job on both sides of the ball of getting in, getting recovered, kind of getting back to where we need to be going into this week. And I feel like this off week it's been helpful for, some people who've been, banged up or who have a little bit more physical games, So I feel like it's been good for us to kind of get back, kind of relax a little bit and attack this new week.
Kevin, what did you see work on that fourth quarter drive for you guys against Eastern there? What was, what was working? What was it like, going on a time-consuming drive to win the game?
So we practice 2-minute situations all the time, every week during practice, and that's what we were in. And going out there, it's a little nerve-wracking. You got the crowd cheering, they're excited, and we're trying to go down the field and win the game. And the big part about that is not trying to do too much or not trying to be quote-unquote Superman. Just do what you're supposed to do and trust the people beside you and for them to do their job. And, most of the time the outcome will come our way. And on that drive, I feel like we did a really good job of staying within ourselves and, leaning on each other. Like Grayson had a great catch. I think it was a third down. Yeah, it was a great catch who, set us up to, eventually go down the field and Rocky to punch it in. But I feel like, just being able to rely on each other was a big thing, and just not wavering, not panicking, just, staying within ourselves.
You talk about those individual plays. Right after Grayson's catch, you had I think it was a 32-yard run to get down into the red zone to set everything up. What's it like throughout the course of the season? Earlier in the season, those plays didn't go our way, but now through the season, you guys are starting to make those plays to go on and win games.
Yeah, I feel like that's the great thing about football, Each week, you don't know what's going to happen. Some weeks we might look better than other weeks, but, at the end of the day, it's still the same game. We're still, same players out there that we were each week, and I feel like, we're doing what we need to be doing to, succeed, and we didn't have the success we wanted to during the earlier portion of the year, but that's the great thing about it. You can take those losses and learn from them. Where did we come up short? What can we do better? And I feel like we've done that. In the last couple of weeks, we've had some pretty good success, and I hope that we can still stay to our process and keep that going.
This one's for all three of you. You all sit here at 4-4, 4 games left in the season. You still have everything to play for. What does it feel like to be on this little winning streak that you're on, and how can you keep it moving this week up against Central Michigan?
Devin?
It feels good, to be on this win streak that we're going on. Things that just be consistent in our craft, be consistent daily on what we're doing, whether it be watching film, just be consistent. And, we just keep the streak going.
Yeah, it also feel good to me. It's just one thing I can say, just fight complacency. don't let success get to your head, and just keep doing what you was doing, like, to get to where we are right now. Just keep practicing the same way. I practiced the same way from when we was losing and when we was winning. You know, it don't make me a difference. I just want to come out and win every game potentially.
Yeah, you know, we have 4 games left, and I feel like, you know, it's a new little mini season, you know. Going into each week, you know, our record is our record, but we can't do anything to change those games, so you just got to keep looking to the future. And, you know, this week we're focused on Central Michigan, and that's the only focus we have this week.
Anything else for this group? All right, we'll close it out. Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.